Improved. Oh, the Pale appeared. Spooky. Finally, something that gives me more terror than loneliness.
You're back. Good. What can I... More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What was that noise? Checking all of my messengers. Ding is the stream. Ba-boom. I don't think that was Discord, was it? It was Discord. For some reason my stream died and then came back briefly on Twitch.
Six kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad
It's like my fourth double six today.
at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, three pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All three are good to know when we are out policing.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
I used to really enjoy salvia when I was younger. Smoked a lot of it, lost my mind multiple times.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement.
Yes, we are the Revachol. We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the... Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Do you need a trip sitter for Salvia? Potentially, yeah. People have been known to like leap into bodies of light and also to like crawl into darkness. So you can still physically move when you're on Salvia, but it's also like pretty normal because there's like a blanket that falls over you where the moment that you were just in is like gone, and that includes knowledge of whether or not you were sitting, standing, or walking or running. So people like fall over a lot when they smoke Salvia. So as long as you're like lying down, but yeah, the lack of coherence that you have probably makes you like very prone to like diving out closed windows. So yeah, I would probably have a trip sitter and probably not make it like a small girl. Probably have like a guy who can like grab and hold you, like just if he can like bear hug you. But I never had any problems like that. Like one time I smoked Salvia while running through a forest,
And if those
and
authorities drink
my
so
friend
hard
started
they need
like
help
he looked at me in
recalling
terror,
the basic
and I
terms of
looked at him like a
reality,
predator and started chasing
well,
him,
I am here
which
to
is
help.
hilarious because he was like a huge muscle-bound dude. He was also like a bully, so it was a funny reversal of roles.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
He was a retard though, so it was pretty easy to like mentally manipulate him, but you can't really mentally manipulate someone who's just an idiot and wants to bully people sometimes. You know. If you Google like 500x Salvia trips and stuff, you can see people really getting blown out. And yeah, the ones I've seen of people like leaping into bodies of light and stuff is just like videos I've seen. But I have seen like dozens of Salvia trips from all my friends. They all tried it. I used to do it more than occasionally. I used to do it fairly often. One time I did a hit of Salvia during, it was after the Christchurch earthquakes, but there was still a lot of big earthquakes for the next few weeks. One time I like took a big hit, and as I like slipped into the hallucination, a massive earthquake hit. So that was pretty interesting. Boom, 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 boom.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
But no idea how I'm meant to gain another point of physical instrumentation to try that again.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
I decided to give us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit
She
rape.
puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via the encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those were the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Those are the words he used.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi,
The woman lights a new cigarette with the butt of her
he
old
wasn't
one.
actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
It's one of those guys. Why say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
Coping mechanism?
running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Gross. Why is Discord pinging me? Holy shit. That is crazy, Splurgus. The true masturbations of an AI with a ruler. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Koya massacre. You reckon if the brain was unable to comprehend like the things it was seeing, it might just reduce them to basic geological shapes? Which is why like the Matrix and all that just looks like squares. And like monotonous colours. And you spent time with this person romantically.
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Yeah, when I was tripping I would often see like animals as people and stuff like that.
Did he tell you he had
Like a man with a cat's
actually
head.
done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
They were like,
He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
my old Great Pyrenees would hang. I miss my old dog. Yeah, especially in my dreams, my old pets would come back as like people, but they would still look very like feline, even with like fur, but humanoid. And I guess it's like a representation that I saw them as like similar to myself. I'm just trying to remember some of my old trips and the way that I saw the world, but the world would just sort of dissolve into like memories of itself, and I wouldn't know like which memory I was in. You know, like I was saying, you don't know if you're walking or running or sitting down.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
Sometimes I would just talk a lot while I
trip.
tripped. I guess to like try to maintain some kind of composure. But once you're in it, you're sort of in it, so I would either just have to not talk or talk a lot.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
One time I was watching Adventure Time and someone gave me not salvia but another drug that New Zealand has, which doesn't have a name because New Zealand is, New Zealand is like as far away from everything as you can be. We're just at the bottom of the earth in the middle of an ocean. It's not worth people to send drugs here, so the drugs that we get are made here, and for a long while they were legal because they would not be of a particular chemical compound. So eventually they put like a blanket law down, but for quite a while all that drug producers in New Zealand had to do was like mildly alter the chemical compounds to something that hadn't been made illegal, and then they could sell them in dairies and stuff. And one pretty potent one, a flatmate of mine who he did most things in like bad faith. He was like, "Hey, have some of this," and handed me the bong. And I was watching Adventure Time. I feel like another time I was just playing Amnesia by myself. But yeah, so I smoked it, and then I kept watching Adventure Time, and a kitten crawled up Jake the dog's nose and was threatening to stab his brain. No, yeah, it was. And then Jake threw a sack of meat out the window and pretended that it was Raspberry Princess to trick the cat, and Jake was dying of poison. And I really didn't know if there was a cat in my nose that was about to stab me in the brain and I was dying of poison or not. It gave me some severe anxiety, which I came out of like fairly quickly, but I gotta wonder the general effect that shit had on my mood. It didn't really give me like a new profound perspective on life, I'll tell you that much. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more
Like,
about the
for
victim?
example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely,
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
Do we know something more about our murdered dude
It just
now?
occurred to me, colleague. We still haven't performed a field autopsy on the deceased. The questions I have assume some kind of foreknowledge on our part. I suggest we go and perform it now, and return once we've brought ourselves up to date.
Okay.
Excuse the delay, miss. The situation will be addressed now. We'll be back soon.
I don't know how
The
we're
young
gonna do it though.
woman nods, then proceeds to feed herself another cigarette as you leave.
Just for some perspective, there's Lily's body. Just hanging out, being a body. Police work is tough. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. Very cool.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
Yes, we do. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How? Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
"Oh my God, that was so many types of wrong. Who taught Four Eyes to shoot? Whip up a grueling training regimen for him right now. Beat the man into it. Go, go, go."
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I think you have your sports mixed up there, officer. Squaring my shoulders has nothing to do with this.
Bitches fighting.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Take his gun and show him how to use it.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses and shrugs and proceeds to load the pistol.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it!
Pull the trigger. Hold on, can we save? Fuck, I just loaded. Surely it'll end the game if we shoot her.
It's
Brutal.
clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
Oh, this is from ages ago.
No, no. Fascism, Brot. You're going to keep... There's a It is one...
Okay, we need to go talk to the dancing girl again. And then back to the body. I feel like dealing with Kuno before trying to get this body down would have been good. But maybe we should have done that on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday night.
Can I help you? No, you don't.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
By causing more trouble? I think we're good. The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of '44. A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
I'm a real client, I pay my bills, I have the right to use the karaoke machine.
Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
Right, I have my own song with me.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair.
I'll plug it in for you.
Plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
This is my
The
moment.
stage is all set up for your performance. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing?
The stage is all... You feel a little dizzy, a little...
So,
The stage is all... You feel...
so,
I can see that.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber has fallen on the premise. Not super lively. It would be wiser to perform in the evening, no? But the choice is yours. The stage, you feel...
so, are you ready for your thing now?
We'll come back to this.
Officer,
She puts with a soft ring.
did he?
It's
Does he say he's gonna do it so?
the phrase was used.
Yeah.
A memory surfaces in her.
Did he say whores a lot? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour. No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Running joke. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Khohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezu. We're all scraping up Annie Hap.
Did he tell you he had?
No.
Thank you for clearing.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example,
Actually, officer,
a nickname?
I guess.
Lelista. It just occurred. The questions I have assume some kind of foreknowledge on our part. I suggest we go and perform it now, and return once we've brought up. Miss, excuse my colleague. He has recently suffered brain damage. You won't have to look at.
There is no talking him out of this.
I'm tired and I need to eat. I'll come back to this. Good night, chat.